Welcome to SteeldogsTV in association with MF Hire. This week's match action comes from the live stream of our game against the Peterborough Phantoms on January the 9th. Commentary comes from me, and the first voice that you'll hear is Peterborough's Phil Smith. Let's get to the first period action.
Sisters looks to chase down. Calvert on his own blue line. Nice little pass into centre ice. Lasek breaks. Little toe drag and a goal. The first goal of the evening. Stan Lasek does particularly well. Picks the puck up in his own, in the Phantoms' offensive zone. Nice little toe drag in front of the goal and beats Yanis Ozins with a deft little finish there. Just seeing that back on the replay for you, watching the replay at home. Good finish by Lasek to give the Dogs a lead with.
A different view to the line, but they're still a tenacious defensive line. Sisters looking to get past Duncan with a shot there, but failing. McGiffin and Padlock backhand, and it's 1-1.
There we go. Peterborough Phantoms 1, Sheffield Steeldogs 1. Alice Padlock with the move on the doorstep to equalise. Wow, it's been coming for the last couple of minutes, and I, for one, am fairly relieved. I think Cameron McGiffin picked up the puck midway in the slot, fed Alice Padlock, who scores the equalising goal. Phantom's first goal for second period, and Sedlar fails to control himself. And I can't believe Beveridge hasn't scored. The puck was lashed into the air, and it's in the goal. The Peterborough Phantoms have taken the lead with a somewhat sloppy goal, I think. Just wondering there whether it had been called as a penalty, but it looks to me like congratulations were given to Will Weldon. We are in for a pretty exciting 15 minutes. Wallace fires the puck round the glass, the plexi. Hayward fires in, and it's gone in from Lee Hayward, number 5. Boomer from the blue line. Thought Ozins had got it in his glove. I'm not really sure he was screened, and there's a goal, and a levelling goal. 2 goals each, Roger.
Great stuff there from Lee Hayward. That was shot was kind of straight in front of us, and it really didn't look like there was anything screening Ozins, but maybe a tip in front. I think there possibly was a tip in front that just took him past him, but from a Dogs.
Into the corner. Tim Smith battling with Weldon, and James White's down there too. White does well, seems to have the puck. Greg Pick! There's a goal for the Peterborough Phantoms. Be interesting to see if Suster's got a tip, but I have to say, we'll see if Suster's got a tip on that. But the Phantoms do lead 3-2, and that might be my favourite. Greg Pick with his second goal of the season. Big smile on the face of this Peterborough commentator. So,
game certainly isn't over. Bearing in mind that's the Steeldogs' third line. They're really there to stop Peterborough scoring more than anything else, but showing that there is an offensive edge to them as well. Certainly working hard down low. Morgan with the blast. Yes! Oh! And I believe that is Ben Morgan's first of the season. I've got a feeling Ozins will want that back. He got a toe on it, but not enough to stop it. It just trickled past and over the line. It's being questioned, but for mine, I think that was clearly in. Having a look at the replay, yeah, Phil is nodding reluctantly. So Ben Morgan with his, I think, first of the season. Hurst finds Ben Morgan, who now Morgan uncharacteristically losing control of the puck. White finds Sisters, and Sisters rips it past Sedler.
fantastic goal from Martin Sisters. Peterborough Phantoms take the lead 4-3 in this end-to-end rollercoaster ride of a third period. Fantastic finish from the slot from Martin Sisters, and the Phantoms have managed to claw themselves ahead by 4 goals. And a couple of weeks ago, Lloyd Gibson himself scored a couple of goals from that kind of position. Padalecki drops to Bebris, and there's another goal for the Peterborough Phantoms, and that could be a killer. I'm sure that Bebris's pass got a little touch there, possibly Darius Plaskowskis. Straight in from Bebris, possibly straight in from Bebris. There's been one or two goals. The Dogs have no netminder. It'd be interesting to see what happens here. Alice Padalecki on a hat-trick. 6-3. Alice Padalecki hat-trick. Empty net goal with 5 seconds of the game remaining. Peterborough Phantoms 6, Sheffield Steeldogs 3. A topsy-turvy period that started, believe it or not, 1 goal each, with Lashek and Padalecki scoring. Firstly for the Steeldogs, Lashek in the first period, Padalecki in the second, and then we.
So the game finishes in a 6-3 victory for the visitors, the Peterborough Phantoms. After the match, we spoke to Craig Elliott and to Ashley Calvert.
Elliott just having a little bit of a push at Martin Susters, but bizarrely the game has been won with 9 goals.
So we're joined by Craig Elliott. So Craig, over Christmas New Year, had a kind of punishing schedule, 5 games in 8 days. Do you feel after the week off that you're kind of back at it again?
Yeah, me personally, yeah. The Christmas period was tough. Yeah, a lot of guys had a lot of knocks and bits and bobs going off, but it was nice to have a bit of time off, get back at it again. I felt good tonight, to be fair, so I was happy with it.
Okay, and when we came down kind of just after you'd come off the ice, the guys were in a full team was in a post-match kind of warm-down stretch routine. What's that all about?
Yeah, we've got Andy and Dan in. One's a sports therapist and one's a strength and conditioning coach. They're down here for a bit of experience, help the guys out before and afterwards if we need treatment. And to be fair, I can't thank them enough, really, all the work they're doing it off their own backs. It's great. It's great to see people want to help out and get involved with it. It can only make us better as a team. You know, it's going to help guys preventing injuries. We're doing a strength and conditioning course on Tuesday night after training, straight into the gym. So that's going to be good for us as well. It can only, build for the future and do as well. So I really like things like that. I'm looking forward to it.
Great stuff. And on to the game tonight. So a 6-3 loss, a game that kind of got away from us in the third period. What are your feelings on tonight?
Yeah, I thought we got back into it at one point. We seemed a bit sluggish and a little bit, out of sorts at one point, but they weren't brilliant. They were there for taking again. We just switched off in the wrong, little mistakes that playing against a top team you need to cut out to win games like that. They weren't at their best. That was our point, a chance to beat them. But that's the way you learn as a team, to be fair. Then, we learn from his mistakes next time. We cut out them little mistakes and we're in. And we'll be there and thereabouts. So it's disappointing, but we take things from it. We can move on to it. Tough game tomorrow. We'll get on with it.
Okay. And Peterborough kind of really bring an aggressive, kind of high up the ice forecheck. Was that something you think that kind of put us off our game tonight?
A little bit. They did press quite hard and quite high, and it's not something that we used to. We used to teams sitting off at home and waiting for us, and I think it threw us a little bit at first. And once we realised we could make the simple pass and come up the boards and get in their zone quickly, we're all right. But yeah, it's you don't get many teams that come into our boat and want to press us and run us all over the place. So it's a little bit different, but like you say, they're at the top of the league for or thereabouts for a reason. So they're going to do that to teams because they're good enough. So
okay, thanks for your time.
No worries.
So joined by Ashley Calvert after a 6-3 loss to Peterborough. Ash, a real kind of rollercoaster game tonight. Really in it until the third period. How was it from your view?
I thought our line really showed what we could do tonight. Getting in dirty areas, putting in behind their D, going to work, just like basically what we're here to do on the team. I think these are just like the rest of the team when need to pull together and that when it needs to be. Like these stages in the game when we pull it back and we that's where we need to keep going and not take us foot off at gas and what have you. And I just didn't think we did that tonight. It's something we do need to be doing against the other teams in the league.
They really seem to play with a kind of a high aggressive forecheck. Was that something that you were aware of for yourself?
Yeah, obviously against teams that are going to come at us and like Peterborough at the top of the league and what have you, we really need to go at them, and we know they're obviously a good offensive team and that, and we obviously need to put it back on them and pressure hard and do what we need to do against teams like that.
Personally, a 3-point night for you. Do you feel after your injury kind of pre-Christmas that you're kind of back at your peak?
Yeah, obviously I'm just kind of a bit of a big injury and it's going to take its time and what have you. So, but playing wise, I feel fine. I'm sure it's only going to be a matter of weeks before I forget about it. But it's obviously good to have them nights, but it's also a lot better if the team gets 2 points as well. Okay,
and next weekend, Sheffield, it's Swindon. Had a loss to them kind of last weekend. From what you saw that night, do you think that's a winnable game for us?
Oh yeah, I think we can win every team in the league when we're on this game. But like I said again, like today, it was the same kind of game down there, and I think next game we need to go at them and show how we can really play as a team.
Okay, thank you very much, Ash.
Sunday night in Telford, and the Steeldogs bounced back in the best possible way, shaking off a 17-game losing streak against the Tigers, winning by 4-2. We spoke to Tim and Lewis after the game.
Well, Lewis, we've finally done it. We've beaten the Telford Tigers, a 4-2 result down here in Telford, a superb away performance. What did Coach Wood say to the team to get them going before tonight?
Not too much really. I mean, when you've lost to a team, I think 17 in a row or whatever it is, there's not much you need to say just to get everybody up for it. We went through a bit of a game plan that sort of was put into action perfectly, I think, from everybody right through the team. And yeah, it's good tactics from Woody, but I think everyone was up for it. When you've lost that many times in a row, then it comes naturally.
There were a few players who I think really stood out tonight. Just a quick word on Mr. Sedlar in the goal. He seemed to have put cling film over it.
Yeah, definitely. He's just been joking actually. So he can't remember the last time he finished the game in Telford. So it just shows you how pleased he is. But yeah, it was unbelievable tonight, and that's the sort of performance that he can put in, and hopefully we get it for the rest of the season.
And good to see all lines firing tonight. Bozas notched a couple more, and Lashek with that empty net goal. I think all the players are really contributing well. Who feels really confident? Is it the defence? Is it the forwards?
I think everybody. I mean, the imports are obviously confident. Boss is scoring pretty much every week. Stano glues his line together well, and that gives confidence to Hursti and Charnock to play as well. I mean, obviously you see him sort of Tim playing with confidence. Morgs is always confident, and sort of everybody really. It's coming from Woody. The imports leading the way, Morgs leading the way, and it just gives everybody confidence.
And you must admit now, you must be a little concerned about regaining your place in the team.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think it's never fun to watch, but I think I'll be watching a bit more now after that. I'll probably be hanging my skates up.
Well, thank you very much for your time. A victory at last.
Finally.
Well, Tim, I'm normally actually standing with you after we've been defeated, so it's nice to be in different circumstances. How was that win for you tonight?
Well, I think it's 17. I think they've beat us in a row. I think you just need to look around changing room at the end of the game tonight, and all the boys are just so happy. It's been a long time since we beat them, and especially to come to Telford, and win. And then with the manner that we played, I mean, if arguably we could have scored 3 or 4 more. Boys have all done the job, everything that Woody asked us to do in the room before. We had a game plan, and we executed it well, and come out with 2 points, and it's just delightful to have got that monkey off his back and finally beat him.
It seemed to be in the first period that it was a message of keep your defence simple. Is that what Woody asked you to do? Yeah,
he just basically said just keep it simple. You get it out, defend our zone with everything we've got. We get the puck in behind their D, and just go to work. And especially in our zone, we kept it nice and tight and tried to limit the scoring opportunities. Just try and keep them to the outside, and we did it well, and we've come out with 2 points, which before the game, if you'd have told us we were going to do that, probably wouldn't have believed you, if I'm honest. So it's a good feeling.
And it seems to be important to get off to a quick start. We seem to be doing that at the minute. Middle period, again, gave up the 2 goals. What can we do to improve that middle period?
Well, it's difficult. We can't put his finger on it ourselves. We try and stay focused mentally in the dressing room. We try and stay on topic and on the task that's in front of us. You know, it's not fitness, because in the third we're coming back and winning games. You know, we just need to stay concentrate. Well, keep us concentration and just play for 60 minutes, because I think if we do play for 60 minutes, we will give teams in this league a real challenge.
Okay, thank you for your time, Tim.
Great.